and their, everything that they, like we said it, last time is, your perfect baseball team.
Well, they are. Well, hell, they can already have the Rookie of the Year in Alvarez. So, I'm on board. You're not getting me off them. No, listen, nobody's getting me off them. Give it to Verlander. I know we haven't said Rookie of the Year. Give that to Alvarez, and let's move on. And in the National League, let's give it to Jacob deGrom.
Yeah. There you go. Said and done. No arguing about it.
Why are we even tripping?
Right? So.
Why are we even tripping over this?
So yeah, just thought I would bring that up because, we were having a conversation, and then, it's like sometimes I think they're in our heads, and then they take that information and it gets out there.
They're definitely in our heads.
But if you're truly fans and you follow the game, you know what's going on, you follow the players, you pretty much know what's out there and what's really going to happen and who's happened and who deserves it. So
exactly.
It really doesn't come as a surprise. So like for us, I just thought, the other little piece was a little interesting.
I like to say, if you watch the game.
Right.
Watch the game. It's not a surprise. So for those of you that don't watch the game, it would be a surprise.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Or that just follow it, here and there, or, not all there completely. You just follow your one team. So,
well,
anyway,
that's why they listen to us, right?
Exactly. So moving on and changing gears, NFL. So, game of the week. Who's your game of the week?
For last week?
No, for coming up. For this coming
upcoming week. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
To me, there's a couple. Rams Seahawks going to be really good. I think that's just going to be an incredible, incredible game. I really like, and you're going to say, why do you like being bored? But I like the Bills and the Titans game because if the Bills win,
really?
Yeah, they proved that they played with New England last week, and this is the type of game. If you can go into Tennessee and beat the Titans, you basically are saying we're a playoff team. We're not faking. We're for real. And then I also like whenever the Ravens play the Steelers, to me it's going to be a good game. So that's a game I can get down with. My Bears are in England playing the Raiders. Now, for most folks, who cares? The Raiders suck. The Bears are good. But to me, so I got to say this first. Every week, the game of the week is going to be the Bears game. So I'm trying to give you some other games too. Packers-Cowboys will be a good game to watch. And the Browns at the 49ers on Monday night will definitely not disappoint.
Yeah. Wow. So you have more than one. So you actually
it's really a great week. But if you had to just say, okay, this is the game that I'm just gonna watch no matter what, I would probably say go with the Packers and the Cowboys.
Wow.
Both teams coming off a loss.
Get out of my head. Telling you.
Both teams are coming off a loss. So I think it's imperative that they both win to keep their season turned around and going the right way. And for the Packers, the NFC North is the best division of football. So you can't lose not only a game, but especially in conference to a team that you may be battling for playoff positioning.
Oh, entirely. Yeah, I agree. That's my game of the week that I have is the Packers and the Cowboys for all the reasons you just said. That's why I say get out of my head. I really have nothing more to say because you just said it all, to be honest.
There you go.
But yeah, they're two of the best teams that are out there right now, aside from, one other team that shall remain nameless for the time being, because I know how much you love them.
Who are we talking about?
Patriots.
Oh, the Patriots are going to – okay, the only reason Jay Gruden isn't getting fired this week is because they do not want at all. They don't want to send a rookie coach up against the Patriots. Otherwise, Jay Gruden would have been fired because he's getting fired Monday.
Yeah. I'm just waiting, like, how much longer that's going to last.
Monday.
So it's official, but it's unofficial, right?
Yeah, he's fired. Yeah, he's fired.
Yeah. So, do you really? A few questions for you. With the games that you just mentioned, you said the Steelers. So, is it really a game? When they play the Ravens, though, because the Steelers haven't really had a season at all. You can really say it, putting it that way. Is it really a game with what they've had experience so far in the season?
Yeah. Heck yeah, it's a game too, but one, because they're division rivals. So first off, they're gonna battle each other, to the end, no matter what. That's one. Two, the Baltimore defense has looked terrible the last 2 weeks. They gave up, a boatload of yards a couple weeks ago. Then they gave up a boatload of yards to Baker Mayfield and the Browns. And now I understand that Pittsburgh got off the schneid with the win, but if Cleveland loses next week and Pittsburgh beats Baltimore, guess who technically is in first place?
Oh, shut up. Really?
So this isn't just a game for Pittsburgh. This is we're about to get back in this game, get back in this thing game. So I don't look at it like that at all. I look at it like, wow, this is.
So they actually do have a chance when you putting it that way.
Yeah, they're playing for something.
Yeah, we're not even halfway through the season, so yeah, it could turn around for them.
Here's the best way to put it: if Cleveland wins and goes 3-2, and Baltimore wins and goes 3-2, and the Steelers lose and they go 1-4 with a loss to the Ravens already, that's 2 games behind the Ravens, which means that they would have to be 3 games better than them the whole year just to jump them, not just for the division, but even if they have any aspirations of making a wild card. So they again, you hate saying must win in week 5. This is a must-win game for the Steelers. They beat them. They're 2-3. Baltimore's 3-2, and they play them again. So what's the worst that could happen? They play even with them the rest of the year and just beat them one more time, and guess what they have? The tiebreaker.
Yeah. Wow. Good perspective. I didn't think about it that way. See, that's why I have you for this, Help me out a little. Here's another one for you.
What
was that?
No, I said, what's up?
Oh, so here's another question for you. So the Bears, their quarterback is out. They're expecting for him to not be out for the season. That he'll come back, hopefully sooner rather than later. He won't need surgery. Right. Trubisky, or correct me if I'm saying it wrong. I'm not very well with that last name, to be honest. But how much an effect does this have on the Bears?
It won't. They'll just change up what they do. It's funny that you said it because earlier on the Cave Show with PLR, heard every day at 1 p.m. How'd you like that shameless plug?
Love it.
I had on Sean Sierra from the Sean and Maya Show in Chicago on every day at 9. I had him on, and he was talking about that because same question I asked him, and he passed it on to me. Because the way I phrased it was, why are the Bears cute when Mitchell Trubisky plays, and they play real football when he doesn't? And he said basically with Chase Daniels, which is a good thing, with Chase Daniels, he's not as athletic, so they can't do as much in terms of moving him around. So he has to stay in the pocket. He has to set. He has to throw good passes. He has to be accurate. So the running game is a true running game. And so that's why they don't really miss anything. In fact, sometimes it helps the defense because even if you're not scoring on every drive, you are stopping them from scoring on every drive. So you're flipping the field and you're doing things that are helping your team win. So a lot of that has to do with that. So they're not going to miss a beat.
How much do you think that he'll be out due to his injury?
Couldn't tell you, honestly.
No.
Couldn't tell you.
And it was funny because yesterday they weren't saying. I haven't seen any updates on it today. But yesterday they weren't even saying, and they'll just say that they're just waiting on it, or they'll waiting on doctors and et cetera, on how long he would be before he comes back. So they weren't releasing that information yesterday. I don't know that they released anything today.
They're not really saying. They're not really saying
keeping it under wraps.
Anything.
So
they are.
That's kind of interesting.
And they should be. You don't want people knowing what's going on. You really don't. The when it comes to injuries, you already know he's going to be out for a while. He's going to be out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So just let him heal. When you put timetables on things, that makes everyone wonder. And is this week they said because but plus if you put a timetable on it, then if you're not ready, then everyone starts saying, oh wow, what's really wrong? So if you give that scan of, hey, 2 to 3 weeks, 6 or 7 weeks, he didn't need surgery, this is just where we are, that's better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. It does make it easier on the healing process and with that.
Yeah, makes it so much better.
And speaking about healing and other stuff, let's go into the NBA and talk a little bit about that. You had Suns Media Day here with the Phoenix Suns on Monday. We have a season up ahead of us and a few things to kind of look in at. So I'll kind of have you lead off a little bit before I go into, a few other questions that I have in basketball. But what did you see out of the media day on Monday?
The biggest takeaway I will say is that this is a team that for once is really trying to shake away the stench of the last few years. And that's the one thing I absolutely love. You cannot get James Jones to talk about what happened before he was here. You can't get him to talk about, what happened under another GM. This is his team. He went out and he got veteran guys. The rookies he got are older rookies, and everyone is from a winning program. So this team is completely made up differently than they were before. And that's the one thing I absolutely love about this team. Someone asked him, do you expect, how do you expect the leadership to be for DeAndre Ayton? And he said, jokingly, he said 17. But the point was, he's like, I don't expect this kid to be a leader. I expect him just to continue to grow. And I love that because he knows that that's not something you want to put on this young guy right now. He already knows that. So I like the attack. I like the way they're doing things. I like the way they're going about their business. Do I think this is a playoff team? No, not just yet. But he went out and he got a veteran point guard in Ricky Rubio. Devin Booker will grow. DeAndre Ayton will grow. Mikal Bridges is bigger, looks bigger, stronger. Elliot Kobo looks bigger and stronger, and he's going to be a young, good backup point guard, fighting for time and minutes behind a veteran in Ricky Rubio to show what he can do and learn. Then you bring over Frank Kaminsky, who can help stretch the floor, Aaron Baines, who's going to give you toughness. This team is very, very well put together, and I think it's really going to show. You won't see, any team on any night can get beat badly, but you're not going to see those consistent 40-point beatdowns. Those days are over.